All right, welcome back, guys. Again, sorry. I always mean to make these videos short. So I don't know if I just talk that much or maybe I'm talking too slow, but I think the most important thing is that you get the information that you wanted and that I explain it in as much detail without going way overboard and just kind of blowing your head up because it really is four simple steps. So again, just to recap, the four steps was to find the vendors, to verify the vendors, to communicate with the vendors, and then to track your results. So on the last video, we ended off on verifying the vendors. So we verified them at that point. We made sure that their social profile matched their website profile. So now what we want to do is communicate with the vendor. So the way we would do that is, again, whoever the seller that you're going to be testing their email list, you can click on their name like this here. And as you see here, there's a message uh, button that pops up here, or you can actually go to their profile and just hit message there as well. This is just a little bit of a shortcut. So I'm just going to click on message here. Now I'm not going to actually message the seller today on this video because I'm not actually buying traffic, so I just don't want to waste his time, or your guys' time. So, but the questions that you want to ask, and here's why I like to communicate with them is because the way I like to have maybe 10 to 20 different solo ad vendors, um, good ones, the ones that bring me quality traffic, the traffic that I pay for each and every time, a vendor who's going to deliver the clicks that I paid for each and every time, and a seller who's easy to communicate with because this is a business relationship. This is business we're in. So you want to be able to communicate with them. You want to be able to trust them that whenever you tell him you want this many clicks, that he's going to deliver it and that he's going to deliver the clicks that you paid for in a timely manner. So those questions include how much per click, how long will it take to complete the clicks, what quality of tier one traffic can you offer, and the last time the vendor ran your offer. Um, and also one more here, this is like a bonus. Can you use my swipe? If you guys don't know what email swipe is, it's basically the email that your vendor is going to send to the list. Some vendors like to do that on their own, and some vendors will let you use your own swipe. Now, I've tested them both ways, and with my offer, I've gotten results, and with my vendors, obviously, I've gotten results with my offer using a swipe of my own and using a swipe that the vendor came up with. So I suggest using your own swipe because you can make sure that your swipe and your offer are congruent, or meaning this similar. You wouldn't want to have an email getting sent to people talking about losing weight, and then when they click on it, then they see a sales page for how to make money online. That's not congruent, and your conversions will suffer, and obviously you're not going to get sales, right? Because the person put their information into your capture page to see how to lose weight. So sometimes solo ad vendors, their solo ad swipe won't be congruent to your offer, and therefore your conversions will suffer. So if you can, use your own swipe. How much per click? That can be anywhere from 35 cents to $1. Me personally, I have never paid over $1, and I never will. So I've seen good results with anything in between that. So again, that's definitely your call there, but I wouldn't. Um, Now, when's the last time the vendor ran your offer? If they say they ran, when you ask them, if they say I ran your offer, last week, I would probably wait just another week, another couple of weeks, and then come back to them and run your traffic. So you don't want to be running back to back the same offer like that. That's why I like having 10 or 20, and then you can just go back to those same vendors every month. And so the percentage, again, as I said earlier, I aim for 85% or higher. This is something that I didn't know prior. I would buy a solo ad and didn't even know anything about the quality. So I was getting some pretty crappy traffic and not a lot of sales. And the reason is because that most of the traffic was coming from tier two countries, which statistically is not known to buy a lot of products. So aim for 85% or higher. Most vendors will charge you more the higher quality you get. So let's say you get 100, you're going to pay a little bit more, but it's 100% T1 quality traffic. So again, that's based on you and what you're willing to invest to get leads. So as far as communicate with vendor, you don't want to ask those questions each and every time. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They'll ask maybe one time and not do it again. Ask each and every single vendor. Once you buy traffic and you get the results you're looking for, you don't have to ask them again, because at that point they become a trusted vendor. So as far as how many clicks you want to get, for a test, I wouldn't do any more than 200 clicks. A common mistake I see a lot of people doing is buying 1,000 clicks their very first solo ad with somebody they've never even tried their traffic before, and they end up getting really crappy results. To me, that's a bad idea. Start out with a small amount of clicks first. Make sure you get the quality that you paid for. Make sure that you were able to communicate with the vendor. Make sure that they send you the right number of clicks. All right, guys. So that was step 3 of the 4-step formula. So we had find the vendors, we had verify the vendors, and we have communicate with the vendors. So to me, one of the most important steps in the last step in this 4-step, super simple step formula to be more profitable with your solo ad is tracking. This is something that I know for a fact a lot of marketers aren't doing, and it was something that I definitely wasn't doing, and now I just can't believe I wasn't. So if you guys don't know anything about tracking, this is something that you definitely want to invest in, because it will help you be more profitable with all of your traffic campaigns, not just solo ads. You can use it for Facebook ads, YouTube ads. Let me try to clear this. Sorry about that. Not sure why that's not deleting. But anyway, so the way you track, I'm going to tell you how to track and what to look for to know if your traffic campaign you just did is worth doing, purchasing more, and also to make sure that you got what you paid for, which is, in the end, important. So the way we do that is with ClickMagick. So if you guys don't know anything about ClickMagick, like I said before, leave a comment below, message me on Facebook, and I can help answer as many questions as I can. But ClickMagick is a fairly cheap investment compared to how much it can save you in the long run. So again, definitely do that, and I would do that before your next solo ad, because otherwise there's not really a way. You're kind of taking the word of the solo ad vendor, and that's just something that I'm not willing to do. So I'm just going to show you real quick here. This is not a full-on tutorial. It's just basically showing you how I track my solo ad vendors, so I know if this is somebody I want to go back with and try again. So if you look here, I bought 200 clicks from a vendor, and as you see here, TC is total clicks, and UC is unique clicks, and FC is filtered clicks. Okay, so really there's a lot of other stuff you can do with this tool, as far as tracking conversion stuff as well, by adding tracking pixels. Again, maybe over the top for some of you guys, but you don't have to worry about that. So let's say for this person here, I bought 200 clicks. I received 209 total clicks. 208 of those were unique, meaning one of those clicks clicked on it again, so it doesn't track that same click twice. And 6 clicks were filtered. The way I like to explain filtered clicks are basically almost like a robot click, so to speak. So I always see some clicks in here. What you don't want to see is hundreds, especially if you have 200 clicks and you see like 75 filtered clicks. That's definitely not a good sign, and could mean you have a really crappy traffic source. And that's something where I would go back and talk to your solo ad vendor about and see if they can fix that issue. So basically, I know for a fact that I got the amount of clicks that I paid for, which is something that you definitely want to make sure because you paid for it. So if you didn't get it, talk to your vendor and have them send you more clicks. But what's cool about this tool is you can see your traffic quality by clicking on this little gear over here. As soon as it pops up here, make sure I'm on the right one. So we go down here to traffic quality, and it'll bring up this little bar. And as I told you before, I always try to buy 85% or higher tier 1 quality traffic, okay? So what happens is ClickMagick tracks all these IP address and where they're coming from. And if you look here, it says T1 traffic. I got 190 clicks from tier 1, which ended up being 90% T1 traffic. And as I said, I paid for 85%, and she actually delivered a little bit better quality traffic. So I know that I got at least what I paid for, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. I want what I paid for. This is a business. If you don't get what you paid for, either demand him send you more traffic or get your money back because he didn't deliver what you paid for. So with that being said, the other thing you'd want to check is your number of clicks you got, the quality, if you got robot traffic, and the last thing is conversions. So if you remember, I'll tell you that in your email inbox, I'm going to send you a solo ad checklist that's going to have a formula for you to be able to know how many conversions you got. And basically you do that by dividing the number of opt-ins divided by the number of clicks, and then multiply that times 100, and that'll give you your conversion rate. What I like to look for is 35% or higher. If you're do a solo ad run and you get 15%, well, it's either your traffic source or it's your capture page, and it's really bad. I would not run traffic to a capture page that was converting at 15%. Again, that's a whole nother video as far as what to do with capture pages. But basically, I hope this video was helpful to you. Again, I didn't want to fill it with a whole bunch of useless information, only actionable steps that you can take on your very next solo ad. So again, look out in your email for the checklist, and the 4 steps, again, just to recap before we end this here, is to find your vendor, verify your vendor, communicate with your vendor, and then track. Each and every single solo ad you run, you should be doing this same 4-step formula to help you get better results and be more profitable with your business. So I would appreciate any comments. If this was helpful to you, I would appreciate a share, a like. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below or message me on Facebook. Also, in the description of this video, you'll be able to see a link to ClickMagick, and where you can get a 1 month free if you use that down there. And also, I really appreciate you guys sticking around with me for both of these videos. I'll be looking forward to talking with you. Thanks again.